Okay, thank you very much for showing up to hear my spiel, and thanks very much to the Red Cloud people for the invite. And I'm Rob Macdonald, the Vice President of Exploration for Southern Silver Exploration, and I'll be discussing predominantly our Cerro Las Menitas project located in Durango, Mexico, where we are now believe we're developing the next major silver resource in Mexico. So yes, I will be making forward-looking statements. Please be advised of that. I'm a geologist. That tends to be what geologists do. So in terms of investment highlights of Southern Silver, we feature the Cerro Las Menitas silver-lead-zinc skarn system located in Durango, Mexico, which at this time is one of the largest and highest-grade undeveloped silver-based projects in the world, with indicated and inferred resources totaling 335 million silver-equivalent ounces. We're located in the breakdown of that is around 40% in the indicated category, 60% in the inferred category, and we're located in a well-established silver mining district in Durango, and we're surrounded by producing companies. We recently filed a PEA on the project in October. The highlights include a 15-year life of mine, robust project economics, high revenues and free cash flow, and balanced precious and base metal revenues. We have 100% ownership of the Cerro Las Menitas project and about $7.5 million in the treasury to continue work on the project through the fall of 2022 and into 2023. Pending news flow, we have the PEA. We're going out spreading the news and in the process of doing that. We also have new discoveries at Cerro Las Menitas that have yet to be worked into the resource base for the project. We're looking at engineering upgrades of the current PEA study. We continue to drill at our Oro project in southern New Mexico, and we have greenfields exploration on our Hermanus project again in southern New Mexico. And I'll touch on those two projects a little bit toward the end of the presentation. So for Cerro Las Menitas, PEA highlights that it boasts robust project economics with excellent silver and zinc price leverage. Base case after-tax NPV at a 5% discount is $349 million, which translates to $1.55 Canadian a share. Base case plus 15. The after-tax NPV at 5% goes up to $561 million. Which translates to $2.49 a share at an internal rate of return at 24.4%. It's a large-scale underground mining operation with life of mine production of 24.5 million tons, annual production of 11.3 million ounces per year silver equivalent, includes 4.7 million ounces of silver, life of mine production at 168.8 million ounces silver equivalent, which includes 70.8 million ounces of silver. All-in sustaining costs at $13.27 per ounce equivalent sold, with base case revenues at $3.7 billion, with 42% of the revenues coming from silver and 39% coming from zinc. The initial capex for the project is $341 million. We're well located in a very mining-friendly jurisdiction in southeast Durango. And in terms of further upside for the project, I've alluded to new discoveries on the CLM project that have to be incorporated into the resource base. We're also looking at gold recovery within the process flow sheet, which could add some additional value to the cash flow of the project, as well as we're having a very hard look at ore sorting, where initial test work has been very positive, and we want to get that again incorporated into the process flow sheet. Again, just to reiterate, this is a large deposit. It's one of the largest and highest grade undeveloped silver-based assets in the world. You can see where we sit in the scheme of things. We might not be the largest on the basis of tonnage, but with the generally higher grade, we tend to have as big or bigger resources as many of our larger resource or larger tonnage neighbors. And again, you can see where we sit sort of in the apex between the higher grade, smaller deposits and the lower grade, larger deposits. So very well placed in that respect. Capital markets profile, we're currently trading at around 20 cents, but that still brings us in at a market capitalization of around 60 million, maybe a little bit more than 60 million today. Our top shareholders are Electrum Global Holdings at 25%. We get analyst coverage through Tim Lee here at Red Cloud, as well as through Fundamental Research, and newsletter coverage through the Caesars Report, Silver Stock Investor, and goldsilver.com Silver Chartist. Southern Silver features an experienced management team with a history of success, particularly in Mexico. When you look at the resumes of the people involved with the company, you see a number of world-class deposits that have been brought into production. A number of these projects are in Mexico, including the Peñasquito project, Los Gatos, the San Nicolas project, which was just recently in the news. So it's a group of people that know what major projects look like. They know how to advance those projects to a production decision and get those projects into production, either through within their own companies or through sale or joint venture of the project to a major that will put the project into production for the benefit of the shareholder. So our project portfolio, you can see we've got two smaller projects, the Oro project in Hermanus in southern New Mexico. Oro is a porphyry project, a large porphyry system that we are currently drilling, and again I'll touch on that toward the end of the presentation. And then Hermanus is newly acquired last fall. It's a gold-silver epithermal system, and we're in the surface sampling and permitting stage on that project with the intent to drill in 2023. But Cerro Las Menitas is the flagship of the company. It's 100% owned. It's a large skarn CRD system located in the heart of the Faja de Plata, and we're surrounded by major deposits. We've spent over $35 million in acquisition and exploration on the project since initial acquisition in 2011, and we have further upside both on an exploration basis as well as an engineering basis. So again, getting back to the PEA, and it's just a quick summary. Again, 15-year mine life, gross revenues of over $3.7 billion, some excellent pre- and after-tax cash flow with the after-tax NPV at 5% of $349 million. You'll note on the right, I have the graph of the cash flow of the project. In blue is the base case scenario. In gray is the base case plus 15. And what it really features is I think the engineers did a very good job in scheduling the project. So you see a lot of the revenue coming forward in the earlier years of the project. It averages around $84 million a year in free cash flow over the first 8 years of the project. Falls off a little bit after that, but we do feel that some additional resources that we've identified can get built into the latter mining years within the 15-year mine life of the project. Again, model production, 24.5 million tons. You're seeing annual sales or projected annual sales of 11.3 million ounces silver equivalent. Again, it includes just under 5 million ounces of silver with that, and total payable silver production of 70.8 million ounces of silver. And again, you see the first 8 years, we're up to 13.4 million ounces of projected silver production, silver equivalent production. And it does drop off a little bit, and the key here is with new resources that we identify, the reason for the drop off is in part because we have two portals, with one of the portals only active for about 6 years of the 15-year mine life. So any resources that we're able to add on that eastern side, the eastern portal in the mine plan, will go right to the bottom line and will increase production in those latter years, years 9, 10, 11, and 12, within the current 15-year mine plan. Looking at the local infrastructure, this is a very well-located project. We're just 70 kilometers to the northeast of the city of Durango. 2 federal highways run right through the project. Rail line runs through the project. Power lines run right through the project. We operate out of the town of Guadalupe, Victoria. It's a 10-minute drive to the area of the Cerro where we've identified our mineral resources. And so this is an excellent place to be working with a very supportive local government, state government for mining. We have our exploration permits in place. We have exploration access agreements with the local ejido that overlap the area of the Cerro. And we have an embedded workforce that are working out of the town of Guadalupe, Victoria, with the majority of our geotech personnel coming out of the townsfolk, the townspeople, and it's been that way, for the 11 years that we've operated on the project. This is Cerro Las Manitas. The Hill of Little Mines that's becoming one big mine. You can see in the foreground the divided federal highway that runs right through the property, only a couple of hundred meters away from our mineral deposits. We've to date identified 4 mineral deposits on the western side of the Cerro. On the eastern side, there's 2. We've now identified some extensions off on the northern side of the Cerro that we're going to be building into mineral resources in the coming months. This will be my geology slide here, and you can see on the left, this is a classic skarn system with a central intrusion, and it's developed mineral deposits localized within the skarn-altered halos around those intrusions, as well as structures off to the side of the intrusion. And you can see that rendered in 3D in the graphic on the right, with the distribution of the deposit shown in red, the central intrusion shown in purple, with mineralization both wrapping around as well as in cross structures through that move along the side of the central intrusion. But we have identified more mineralization on the project that is yet to be built into the resource base of the project, mainly on the northeast and northerly sides of the Cerro. Here we've identified a 400-meter strike length of mineralization that now connects the Mina La Bacona deposit with the Skarn Front deposit. So we are connecting those deposits. As I alluded to earlier, the Mina La Bacona deposit is scheduled or proposed to be mined out of the eastern portal. And so any mineralization that we can find along strike of the Mina La Bacona will get built into the 15-year mine plan that currently exists for the project and bolster the revenues within that time frame. So we're looking forward to getting that incorporated into our cash flow modeling as we move forward. So work on Cerro Las Manitas over the coming months. We will continue to de-risk the project and add further value in preparation for the next stage of assessment. On the ESG side, I look at that as continuing the pathway to production. So we're establishing the permitting parameters for taking the project into a pre-feas and feasibility stage. We've initiated environmental and hydrology baseline studies, and we continue with our social and government engagement. In terms of moving things towards a pre-feas level, we're in the process of establishing the full budgeting for infill drilling, geotech programs, and any further metallurgical work that we will do on the project. And then we're also going to be looking very hard at additional technical opportunities to upgrade the project, adding mineral resources, ore sorting, and gold recovery on the pyrite arsenopyrite con. Very quickly to Oro and Hermanus. We've got 2 projects in southern New Mexico. Oro is a large laramide copper moly gold porphyry system, and Hermanus is a large gold silver epithermal vein system. This is the property map of the Oro property. You're seeing a big zone system. It's about a 3-kilometer radius that goes laterally out from a porphyry copper center through a replacement zone where historical mining was happening at the turn of the 20th century, actually. And then beyond that, a distal gold target. We've drilled both the gold and the replacement targets, and are now focused on the on the porphyry system. It's a 4,000 meter program. We're in the process of completing right now. We're on the fourth hole, and these are deep holes. We're looking for a deep resolution styled porphyry system. So we do have more news flow coming out assays are taking a dog's age, unfortunately, but we will have news flow coming out on the assay results in the coming months. And then Hermanus, it's a big epithermal vein system, gold-silver epithermal system. We got this through the prospect generators, Perry Durning and Bud Hildemeyer. These two people have a number of major Mexican mineral deposits to their name, including Pitarrilla, San Sebastian, Los Gatos, Camino Rojo. And so they liked this project. It meant that, we liked this project, and particularly after we did our due diligence and confirmed their initial findings. So we picked up the project in the fall of last year, completed the initial pass of surface sampling and identified drill targets, and now in the process of permitting, and we'll be drilling this project in 2023. And so just to summarize, why Southern Silver? It's a diverse asset package with exposure to both precious and base metals. We have a robust asset value of the CLM project with our PEA results. We're looking to better the engineering on those results and increase the value of that PEA moving forward. Ongoing at CLM, we have ESG work as well as permitting and engineering upgrades continuing through 2022 and into 2023, and then ongoing greenfields drilling at Oro and at Hermanus permitting for drilling. It's probably not going to be Q1. It's going to be a little bit later in 2023, but we'll be again back in drilling and exploring on Hermanus in 2023. Thank you very much for your time.